Hi, I'm Dave Roberts and this is Angling Escapades. Hi, welcome to Angling Escapades here on the banks of the River Wye, and we've just come down for a quick go tonight on a peg that I spotted the other day. And basically what you have is a shallow ford running down the side of an island and just a channel down through here, and all the depth is on the inside here. And I really fancy there'll be some fish in here. I had a look at it the other day and I just thought it looked lovely. Now, when I looked at it the other day, I thought I could float fish it, and I possibly still could. It's not horrendous, but we had some heavy rain last night, and it's just put a bit of colour in the water and a bit more. It's just quite pacey, and I feel like we're just better just to fish a straight lead and just see if we can get anything out of it. Because one thing's for sure, whether it be on float or feeder gear, they're going to give me some serious hassle under there. But we'll give it a go anyway. Only got an hour or so, so I'm just going to have a quick go. Monty's here. He's had a good walk, so he's kind of happy. He just wants a drink now. And yeah, so we're going to have a quick go. Now, what I also want to do is just have a little catch up on what's been happening. First of all, the river's been really good. We've had some hot weather. We've had a little bit of rain, which has helped, bring the levels up a little bit, but not as much as we'd like. But yeah, it's been, we've been out, some of the clients I've been out with, they've just had, dream days really. People catching their first barbel, people catching their first barbel on float. There's chub everywhere in the river, and it's been really good. And we've had some great sessions, which made, I saw last week there was a very well known angler was down on the lower river and was saying that the river was fishing terrible, that it wasn't worth coming. Don't bother coming if you've got a book trip, put it off a month or what have you. And he was having a bit of a go at the Environment Agency. And as much as I agree with him on the Environment Agency, I don't feel like we get the best for our money. But to say that the river was fishing rubbish was just wrong. I understand there's an algae problem downriver, and but there's algae everywhere. There's algae on the River Severn at Bewdley, they were talking about it the other day. All the still waters are all talking about algae. It just goes with this time of year, and I understand that it needs looking at, and I understand we did deserve some answers from the EA, but I don't think it went down very well with the local tackle shops, hotels, river fisheries that were trying to sell day tickets, when the river is up here above, from Hereford upstream is fishing brilliant. And I don't think he meant that it was the whole river was rubbish, but that's the way it came across, and with such a following, I thought it was a bit irresponsible, if I'm honest. And yeah, a bit disappointing when you're trying to sort of encourage people and people are phoning you up and saying, oh, it'll be rubbish, and I'm like, well, we're on the river, we're catching fish, there's nothing rubbish here. And as I say, the fishing's been brilliant. So that's a little bit disappointing, but there we go. So we're hopefully tonight we'll catch a few fish and we can prove those people wrong. On the same subject of sort of water quality and algae, I've recently become aware of a scheme that our local authority, the Welsh Water, are doing with regards to pollution control and things like that. So, and this is a very positive thing. So while I get some gear set up here, just have a look at this and this new scheme from the Welsh Water Authority. So at this time of year, there's a lot of talk about water quality. We've been hearing a lot of talk about algae in the rivers, things like that, and lots of talk about the Environment Agency and things like that. And as I say, I feel like we don't get the best out of the Environment Agency, who we pay money as anglers to upkeep our waterways. But something that's come to my attention recently is our local water authority, which is Welsh Water. Obviously the River Wye starts in Wales, runs through Wales into England, and Welsh Water are the people who control our water supply. We pay water rates, and ultimately we pay water rates for the service of water coming into our homes, domestic supplies, and as a result we expect good water. What the Welsh Water are doing, and I believe that other water authorities are doing the same thing now, is they are being proactive in the control of pollution and anything that's affecting our waterways, because ultimately things do sometimes go wrong. You hear reports of raw sewage being pumped into rivers and things like that, and what they're trying to do is to sort of stamp that out before it starts, really, a very proactive approach, and they've brought out this new scheme to help keep our rivers clean. And what they're encouraging you to do, there's a web address, okay, which is just Welsh Water, or Dor Cymraeg if you want to be give it the Welsh pronunciation. As with everything in Wales, everything's in Welsh or English. So there's plenty of information on there on the website, and there's a phone number, a hotline phone number. Now, on the website you'll go on and you'll see there's a contacts page, and you can fill in a report of anything that you see while you're out, rivers, streams, anything that affects our local waterways. And they will guarantee a response within 24 hours. The hotline is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So what they're trying to do is to get to things fast. If something happens, or if something's leaking into the rivers and streams that shouldn't be, they want to know about it. And it's not just about sudden impact events, you know, like I say, raw sewage being pumped into a river, you know, or flash floods, things like that. They can be catastrophic, but equally bad can be little things seeping into the river, little just sort of dirty water or pollutants or toxins or anything like that. So what they're asking for is even the little bits of information, even if you see something quite innocuous but you're not sure about it, whether it be toilet paper while you're fishing, or you know, sanitary products or anything like that. They want to know about it, because if one person reports one item and then somebody else reports something in the same place, they will flag it on a map. It will show areas where these reports are coming in from, and you know, obviously, so the more people that report these things, if there's a pattern forming, they can go and investigate that, and it's vitally important. So I think it's a brilliant scheme. I think it's another way of us, you know, we seem to do a lot of work, you know, our own work, whether it be poaching or polluting or whatever. We're trying to tackle all these things at once, but at least on this local authority, and I'm sure with others across the country, they're trying to be a bit proactive. So things to look out for, you know, the obvious things, like I say, sanitary products, toilet paper, wet wipes, things like that are in the river. But aside from that, there's more subtle things, residues that are left after a flood on the bank. You know, you might see bits of something left behind as the water levels drop, foam on the water. That's quite often a good indicator that there's something that shouldn't be there. Slicks on top of the water, oil slicks, anything like that. Keep an eye out for them. But I say, if you make yourself aware of the web page, and if you do see anything, it's just a quick process of just reporting it, and at least you've done your bit, and it's up to them whether they do anything about it. But they really are being proactive, and I just wish other authorities were the same. So take a look. So, set up today, as everyone who knows me, nice and simple. It's the way my mind works. I just need to keep things simple. So, I've got straight lead, I've got obviously my feeder rod and reel, I've got 8-pound main line, I've got a running lead, that's 3/4 ounces, little stopper bead there, twizzled loop, which I attach my hook length to, and the way that sits, that just kicks everything out away from the lead. 0.24 hook length, and I've got it running down onto my hair rig band. Okay, so it's just a latex band on a hair rig. All I do is stretch the band and pull it over the band. Now what happens is because the band is stretched, as you can see either side of the meat, as I slacken the pressure, obviously that band is expanding inside the meat, and what it does, it creates a very durable hook bait. You know, you can't pull that off. So I know when I'm casting that out, even like if I've got a heavy feeder, I've got like 3 or 4 ounces of lead and it's hitting the water and that's pulling it down real quick, okay, that's not going to come off. So it's a nice durable hook length. What tends to happen if you use quick stops, okay, quick stops are fine, but if you use them, what happens is invariably is that the line is obviously going through the center. So if I can just recreate that, so if you had a quick stop on, okay, so the line would be coming through the meat, and that line can act as a bit of a cheese wire, okay, and it can split the meat in two like that, you know. So if you're getting lots of fish pecking at it, or if you've got some, like say some lots of high water, flood water, or even casting lots of lead, it can make that bait come off quite easily. So that's why I favour the latex band, and I can use that with boilies. I could put a pellet, I could sort of loop an 8, 10 mil, 20 mil pellet through that. I've just got a variety of hook baits. I don't have to worry about drilling hook baits, things like that. So that's why I use the band, and I think it's the most effective way. Okay, so we're in position now, and all I'm going to feed is just the same size hook baits, just little punches of meat. Just going to keep dropping an odd one in down here. I think the fish live here, so I don't think I need to put loads of bait in to get them feeding. So I'm just going to put a few of those in. I've got a few boilies as well. Knock a few of those in as well. Just big hook baits to see what we can catch. So what I've done, I've just set a little 1/8 bomb, and that'll just bounce round into place. It should hold in the main sort of current. It shouldn't come in too close. Just where I want it really. So it's just a gentle underarm sweep. Just let it come round. It's nice to have the meat bumping around as well a little bit. Just a little piece of meat in. Really does rip through here, so if we get any bites, a little tap then. It's probably going to be loads of little chub in here like the rest of the river at the moment, but that's why I'm fishing big baits. I'm not messing around tonight. Yeah, tapping the meat, little fish tapping the meat. Oh, there we go. What's this? I'd say. Lovely bites in this fast water. They just tap tap, and then the rod just arcs around. Not a massive fish, but it's current. Look at that. Beautiful. There we go. Fantastic. Right. Let's see if there's another one there. I don't think that's a very big fish, but oof, what a bite. What a bite. And this is typical of the river at the moment. It is just full of fish this size. Chub probably 12 ounces, maybe a pound, but greedy as you like. Not a big fish, but in this current, here we go. Ah, a barbel. Look at that little chap. Perfection in miniature. What a beauty. We've never been caught. Do love little barb. Back you go, my friend. Fantastic chub. A little bit of meat in his mouth. Great fun. Well, the rain's coming down a bit now. I'm going to have to put my coat on. This is awkward. I want to put my waterproof coat on, but someone's using it as their bed. I'm going to swap you a towel, Monty. I'll give you a towel for a coat. Good boy. Come on. There you go. You lie on there. That's a good boy. I know. It's a terrible life, isn't it? Angry chub. Well, there we go. I think that's a nice little way to end on. Another little chub. And I say the river really is full of these this year. I can only imagine that when these shoal up in the winter, the sort of fishing we're going to have is going to be epic. But what a lovely evening. Catching a few of these, some bigger ones. Just the one little barbel made an appearance tonight, but I'm sure there were others there. Monty looks a bit wet and fed up. Yeah, boy, you have some meat. But yeah, no great bacon, you know, a tin of meat and a few boilies and a peg just, you know, that I fancied having a go at. And came and I've done it now. Now I might come back and have another go on the float, because it does, I think, having fished it, I think I could fish it on the float. But that might require a bit more bait and what have you. So yeah, just for a little test tonight. Really enjoyed that. Something different. Hope you've enjoyed watching, and we'll see you next time.